It's still some time later and I'm still waiting on my front indicators. Now the bike is running, one of the things I didn't do, which I should have done when I had the tank off and before I cleaned the carb, was actually swap out for a new fuel filter. I have one, so we're going to go through that today. It should just be a case of pop the tank off, and I've got easy access from what I remember when I was underneath there. So I'll bring you in on how to get that sorted. First job, of course, is to take the seat off. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 little Allens there to get off. So I'll bring you in to show those, and we've got to take the fuel tap nozzle off. So I shall take you through all of that. So when I said fuel tap nozzle, I meant the fuel tap turny bit handle. Fuel tap handle is what I meant. So it's just a little screw inside. So that, I think it's quite fine pitch, so it takes bloody ages to come off. Make sure you got it set to off, otherwise we'll get fuel leaking everywhere. But that comes out. I have dropped this inner screw a couple of times, so be careful of that. Now that's off. It's just a case of removing these two up here and then 2 at the front. That's those 2. And then these 2 at the front here. Just loosen them off a bit. I have already had this tank on and off multiple times, so a lot of these are not as tight as I would normally do them. Okay, and those 2 are off and out of the way. Next up is to disconnect the fuel feed from the tank, which if you look underneath here, I'm not sure if you'll see this, so let's bring you in a bit closer. As I lift the tank, attached to the fuel tap is a fuel feed line, which is a little spring clip, which I can pinch off, and then hopefully I'll just wiggle off the line slowly, and that releases the tank. Now that's everything to get the tank off. And so now the tank should just come away with all that disconnected. So our goal is to disconnect and replace this with our new one here. Now, someone's already been doubling up clips on this side, so oops. So what we're looking to hopefully achieve is to get this one unclipped from there, slide up this pin, and then that disconnected. So let's try. Trying to get my fat hands down here is always fun. Ah, there we go. That's off there. Let's see if I can get this off its little mount. There we go. And then hopefully we can just kind of ease it off with the screwdriver, little by little on each side, without snapping things. Because that's always our goal, not to damage anything. Bloody hell. This one goes right in there. Ah, there we go. Bit of fuel leakage, but old one is off. And oops, fuel leaking everywhere. There we go, and you can see the difference in the 2. Bit of fuel in the old one. So I'm going to pour that out, and then I'll swap across this cable. So I'll swap across this pipe first, and then I'll feed this in, secure it, and we should be good. Okay, that's the new one fitted with the new rubber. Now we've got to get ourselves back into this pipe here. Which that's slotted on really easily. And then got to get this clip back over. Ah, again, that went rather easily. And all we do is you put this over the top there, and that's the new fuel filter in place. That went rather swimmingly. Now the tank goes back on. And we come back underneath and we try and get this little tap connected up into the right place. Again, not forgetting, of course, we've got to put the clip back on. So that is now all in place. Tank is on. Let's just screw it all together. There we go. And let's hit it onto reserve because I've got very little fuel. I'm looking for leaks and I don't see any. So I think we're in a good place. Let's put that back to off. Alright, so that's the fuel filter replacement. It's actually a quick and easy job. I don't know how often it's supposed to be done. I'll have to check the service manual. But this one doesn't look overly perished. I've drained it now of fuel and yeah, I can see some bits of filth and some greyness on the inside, but I mean, I've seen much worse and had bikes run, so not too concerned, but it's replaced for the sake of £7.95, I think it cost me. It's an easy job you can do on your own. I think I'll go a long way to keeping the carbs clean as well, and I can't see any leaks, so I'm all quite happy. So all you need is that JI screwdriver to take off the tap, Allen key to take off the tank, and a set of grips, unless your fingers are strong enough to pull it across with your hands. I use the pliers just because it's easier. But that's that. It's quite an easy job, so if you haven't done it or it's not part of your regular servicing, it might be worth throwing one of these in for the sake of 10-15 minutes worth of work. All right, thanks very much. Cheers.